Well, of course, Turkey is well known for tourism, but it has plenty of other industries and services as well, including ship recycling.
Only a few countries currently operate these massive ships. But now, Turkey could be set to join this exclusive group.
So will countries struggling to power their national grids turn to Turkey's power ship fleet? The answer is a resounding yes.
We only say be prepared, ready for combat.
Maritime strategies have been one of the basic components influencing state power policies over history. The quotation, "He who rules the seas rules the world," by 19th century strategist Alfred Thayer Mahan, highlights the key part of maritime domination in a state's worldwide power projection. According to Mahan's theory of maritime dominance, a nation must keep its military, political, and economic strength by dominating the sea lanes. In this regard, not only in peacetime but also in conflict, naval forces are essential for safeguarding national interests and acting effectively in the international system. Mostly, a navy force reflects the defence capability of a nation at sea. Crucially part of national security in the modern world, naval forces both guard borders and discourage activity in international waterways. Protection of a nation's economic interests also depends critically on the existence of a navy, particularly in important areas like marine trade routes and vital straits. Strong fleets like those of Spain, Portugal, the Ottoman Empire, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America have historically evolved into global powers by underlining maritime commerce routes. Turkey today boasts among North Atlantic Treaty Organization's greatest naval forces in direct line with historical development. The Turkish Navy comes 10th in the world with a TVR score of 80.5 and an inventory of 90 ships. With its efficiency in the Mediterranean, Black Sea and Aegean, the Turkish Navy, which has drawn notice with its investments in domestic industrial projects in recent years, stands out as a regional power. Modern submarine projects and the MİLGEM project are helping the Turkish Navy to grow in capability. In this framework, the Turkish Navy is quickly transcending regional strength to become a major force on world oceans. These exceptional successes and ongoing improvement have made the Turkish Navy not only a defensive capability, but also a symbol of national pride and technical advancement. Turkey has always been committed to keep a strong presence at sea, and with its contemporary navy, it is probably going to support this strategic importance in the future. Turkey's naval presence gives NATO protection against dangers from important maritime powers such as China and Russia. Now, we shall investigate the specifics and sort Turkey's promise to the worldwide military alliance. How Turkey has been so active in the naval sphere, how it has been able to rule the Black Sea, and how it has been able to outmaneuver Russia. First of all, though, just remember to like us, switch on alerts, and subscribe to our channel to be informed about our material. All of this comes totally free of cost. Let we begin. For the Turkish Navy, 2025 is off to a brisk beginning. The Turkish Ministry of Defence declared in the first week of 2025 the building of 31 new ships to increase the nation's naval capability projection. The simultaneous building of 31 ships indicates a significant turning point never documented previously. Such an ambitious project's price tag, based on estimates, might reach $8 billion. The projects consist on a new class of submarines, an air defence warfare AAW destroyer, and an aircraft carrier. Furthermore, in development by Ankara are 5 Rays-class submarines based on the German-designed Type 214, 7 the I-class frigates, 6 offshore patrol vessels, 8 modern landing craft, 1 modern mine-hunting vessel, and 1 55-class assault boat. All of these will be fresh additions to Turkey's fleet. The ministry reportedly said that Gölcük Shipyard Command hosted the first welding ceremony for the National Submarine project. Istanbul Shipyard Command carried out the initial sheet metal cutting of the TF-2000 Air Defence Combat Destroyer and National Aircraft Carrier projects, starting the building activities of the projects. Showcasing the first carrier model, the MUGEM project, the Istanbul Naval Shipyard hosted public exhibition in February 2024. The public could share some of the ship's current characteristics. Among them, is apparently the best hull form meant for seamanship, stability, and maneuverability. Developed and evaluated over several computer simulations, the concept also aims to offer a softer acoustic signature and improved fuel economy. Turkey has been quite transparent about the fact that all construction will take place on its own shipyard, and that this carrier will be 100% Turkish built. This development will mark a significant national breakthrough. Major naval powers like the United States of America and China have numerous such units, and aircraft carriers are sometimes connected with great power status in the international system. They serve as emblematic symbols of naval diplomacy, serving political objectives, and are often deployed in remote theatres for deterrence and coercion in crises. The possible deployment of MUGEM would make Turkey one of the few countries in the world to operate a vessel of this size and power projection capability. In terms of development, MUGEM builds on the early success of Turkey's indigenous amphibious assault ship TCG Anadolu, which is planned to host Turkish UAVs such as Baykar TB3, Kızılelma, and a naval variant of the Hürjet. MUGEM is also expected to host advanced units of indigenous UAVs, including elite models developed by Baykar Industries. The high level of linkage between Turkey's capabilities in fifth-generation warfare and indigenous defence products remain key features of advanced defence doctrine, and MUGEM is likely to showcase this expertise. So could Turkey's new aircraft carrier be a game-changer? The Turkish coastline extends all the way to the southern border of the Black Sea, and the country controls access to the Black Sea via the Bosphorus and Dardanelles. This gives Turkey enormous strategic and geopolitical influence, given that many NATO countries, including Ukraine, have a Black Sea coast. With immediate and instant access to the Black Sea, a Turkish carrier could bring enormous advantages to NATO. If Turkey acts with clear loyalty to the NATO alliance, its carrier would bring an extremely important deterrent against Russia and provide significant protection to Romania and Bulgaria. But what do we know about other Turkish naval capabilities? The TF-2000 guided missile destroyer has been under consideration since the early 2000s, and the project has regained momentum with Turkey's latest naval push. The Navy's air defence umbrella consists mainly of 40-kilometre range SM-1 missiles mounted on G-class frigates from the 1980s. To provide long-range coverage against modern airborne threats, Turkey needs a purpose-built platform like Cyper to house advanced sensors and surface-to-air missiles. The model is key to Turkey's advanced defence doctrine and the broader defence network under the Steel Dome AI-powered layered air defence system. Among a range of anti-aircraft measures, it will host the indigenous 96-cell vertical launch system, MIDLAS, capable of launching a variety of advanced munitions. Given Turkey's realisation of the inability of most of its naval fleet to engage advanced aircraft at remotely piloted ranges, the TF-2000 remains integral to modernising the Navy and providing coverage for the carrier strike group to be led by MUGEM. Submarines probably have the greatest potential to change the balance of naval power in the region. They are equipped with an impressive suite of signals intelligence and electronic intelligence sensors, enabling enhanced situation awareness and covert operations. They also provide formidable strike capabilities with indigenous weapons, such as the AKYA heavy torpedo, ATMACA anti-ship missile, and soon the GEZGIN cruise missile, which will strengthen Turkey's denial of access and area denial strategy and create a strong deterrent in the eastern Mediterranean. In this context, MİLDEN represents another milestone in Turkey's naval power projection and responds to the urgency to increase security coverage beyond coastal waters and modernise its existing submarine inventory. So why is Turkey building so many warships? There is actually more than one answer to this question. This construction drive reflects Turkey's desire to flex its muscles not only in its immediate geography, but also in the geography extending to the Horn of Africa and the Indian Ocean. The main objective of this initiative is to modernise the Turkish Navy by replacing ageing ships with new ones through public and private shipyards. Rather than increasing tonnage, the ships to be built in the first phase will rejuvenate the Navy and make it largely a national production. For many years, the Turkish Navy has been operating second-hand frigates purchased from the United States Navy and Germany. The ships in the Turkish inventory are old. The age of the Gabya and Yavuz-class frigates in the Turkish Navy's inventory is approaching 40 years. The backbone of the fleet is made up of 8 American frigates from the 1980s, mainly the Oliver Hazard Perry class. The rest are German Miko-class frigates built between the late 1980s and the late 1990s. Half of the frigates are 40 years old. The other half are between 20 and 30 years old. Some have been partially modernised at some stage, but they remain structurally and mechanically quite old ships. Ankara realised the need for a comprehensive overhaul of its navy during the 2020 Eastern Mediterranean crisis, when Turkey and Greece became embroiled in a maritime dispute over conflicting exclusive economic zone claims. Turkey's national warship project, MİLGEM, was initially launched to produce ADA-class anti-submarine warfare corvettes, enabling the Navy to design several ship models, including offshore patrol vessels and I-class frigates, analysts say. Eastern Mediterranean tensions have highlighted Ankara's need for naval assets to protect its energy exploration and drilling vessels, and, if necessary, to confront enemy warships without triggering a conflict. This is where offshore patrol vessels play a critical role. These OPVs are equipped with light weapons that can fly the Turkish flag in areas under Turkish jurisdiction and harass enemy vessels by ramming them if necessary. The ships are large, long-range, and can remain at sea for weeks. OPVs are known to be equipped with advanced sensors and sophisticated weapons. However, it is known that they are not equipped with these, meaning that there is a space reserved for such systems on the ships, and that they can be added later if the Navy needs them. Such an ambitious project, including the new Turkish national submarine, could take between 3 and 5 years to complete, while some projects, such as the national aircraft carrier, could take 6 to 8 years. The submarine project is of particular importance, as Ankara is using the experience gained from the joint production of race-class submarines with Germany to develop air-independent propulsion AIP technology domestically. The Turkish Navy will want to transition to its own indigenous technology and equip its submarines with offensive weapons such as cruise missiles. This would transform them into a maritime denial platform capable of gathering intelligence and deploying special operations forces. Sea denial is a military term used to prevent an enemy from using the sea. By 2030, we envision that the Turkish Navy will include an aircraft carrier task group and 2 landing helicopter pool task groups. Turkey has commissioned the TCG Anadolu, a drone-carrying amphibious assault ship, and its twin, the TCG Trakya, is in the planning stages. One advantage Turkey has is its ability to build ships at significantly lower cost than its European counterparts. For example, it is claimed that Turkey can produce an LHD ship for $724 million, while European countries would spend $1.2 billion on a similar platform. This would make Turkey the premier power in the Eastern Mediterranean and put it on par with France in terms of Mediterranean-wide dominance. Ankara's ambitions clearly extend beyond its traditional neighbourhood, including the Horn of Africa. In December, Turkey sent an energy research vessel to the Somali coast, protecting it with Navy ships. The unprecedented importance of the Navy within the Turkish armed forces reflects a shift in Turkey's national security strategy. Overseas interests and commitments are now considered as important as regional and forward defence. This shows that the claim of being one of the 7 countries in the world capable of building warships is not unfounded. The Turkish defence industry's solutions, not only for Turkey, but also for the requirements of friendly and allied countries, are quite remarkable. Public and private shipyards, which have found customers in a wide area from Asia to Europe, are making remarkable moves with the solution-oriented approaches they offer to their customers in this field. Turkish shipyards are receiving orders from countries such as Ukraine and Pakistan. Since the late 1990s, the Turkish Navy has focused on the high seas, aiming to expand its global and regional reach. In recent years, new-built ships and submarines have extended the Navy's operational range to the Horn of Africa and the Mediterranean coasts of Somalia and Libya. Turkey's overseas interests, especially in Africa, require the Turkish Navy to develop global power projection capabilities. While new platforms are increasing the power of the Turkish Navy, existing systems are also undergoing a modernization process. In this context, Barbaros-class ships are being made more capable with indigenous systems within the framework of half-life modernization. The Turkish Navy demonstrates its level of combat readiness by conducting regular exercises in the Black Sea, Aegean and Mediterranean with a large number of ships at the same time. The presence of a large number of ships during such large-scale exercises and national days is of great importance in terms of understanding the level of coordination and planning. The fact that domestic systems are predominantly used in new shipbuilding activities and modernization projects are very valuable steps in terms of both the advantage of anonymity and the strengthening of the existing defence industry ecosystem. In addition, the indigenization of subsystems makes the defence industry ecosystem stronger and directly affects other projects. Turkey is also working to increase its facility capacity, and one of the most important steps taken in this regard was the new shipyard established at the Aksaz naval base. During the inauguration of this facility, it was signalled that a similar facility would be built in Mersin. The newly opened shipyards are moves that will strengthen Turkey's hand with the services they will provide in many important areas such as maintenance and modernisation. When we add the warship production capabilities and sales potential of private shipyards to this picture, the magnitude of the potential in this field can be understood more clearly. It is possible to say that the Turkish Navy plans to be present in a wide range of areas in the coming years, and this plan is being realised with indigenous systems. The moves made in the light of the experiences gained from previous military and political developments open the door to the development of more deterrent systems, while realising this by reducing the cost as much as possible. In sum, Turkey's extensive investments in its naval arm will occupy the country's strategic thinking for the next decade, given the enormous cost and effort involved in these projects. These investments are taking place at a time of economic distress in Turkey, with the government moving forward with austerity measures to curb inflation. The defence industry currently appears insulated from such measures, with the latest central budget allocating more than $45 billion to defence for 2025. Turkey's naval investments are not aimed at creating tensions or militarising conflicts, but rather a coordinated effort to build the next phase of indigenous capabilities for defence. Turkey's UCAV success has taken the defence industry to new heights and made the country an export giant in this niche segment. Now, with ambitious projects across the Turkish Navy and Air Force, Turkey is moving to an advanced stage in this process. They are geared towards indigenous production, requiring highly sophisticated engineering design and know-how. As the defence industry has matured over the past decade, these further developments now appear to be within Turkey's grasp. In fact, Turkey's move is also part of responding to complex security requirements. Turkey's maritime perimeter is highly militarised by third parties such as Russia. Turkey aims to project power on several maritime fronts, with the Black Sea and the Eastern Mediterranean taking precedence. This is both about protecting critical economic interests and creating a unified security space in areas of strategic importance to Turkey. Analysts argue that Russia's war with Ukraine has enabled Turkey to become the dominant power in the Black Sea. This is a critical component of Turkey's naval power projection, which not only addresses Turkey's objectives in the Eastern Mediterranean, but also considers a holistic approach to the question of security maximisation and power projection. It is inevitable that new naval units will make an impact in these theatres and strengthen Turkey's overall capabilities. The transformation of Turkey's navy is of course far from complete and continues to face challenges due to geopolitical tensions in the region. However, given the success of the defence sector in recent years and the enormous state resources directed to the arms industry, mega projects like MİLDEN are likely to bear fruit. Turkey has already proven its naval credentials at the regional level. Now, it is moving into the league of global naval players by producing its own sophisticated naval units. The success of these efforts will be seen over the next decade as additions to Turkey's navy accelerate with increased investments. This is likely to be the next chapter in Turkey's far-reaching maritime grand strategy. Thank you for following us.